Guys, I'm out here on the range. I wanted to show you guys my new bow sight that I just put on. We're gonna be going through, doing a little mini first impressions video of this thing, kind of like a mini review. But I'm gonna show you what you get with this Apex Covert bow sight. This is a single pin sight, and I've been wanting to go to one of these for a long time just because the simplicity of being able to just dial this thing in for different ranges. And that way, if you're out here on the range, you're wanting to get out to certain distances, all the way out to like 100 yards, I think is what this thing goes to. You can do that with this bow instead of having all those multi-pin sights. And you know, it's kind of hard to get out to 100 unless you have a roving pin at the bottom. We're gonna go through, show you what this thing is capable of, as well as showing you how to go ahead and sight this thing in to range it out for different sight tapes and everything, and show you what you get with this product. This thing is pretty nice, guys. It has a really nice metal housing to it. The whole thing is metal besides this one little piece right here that goes up and down, but that keeps the thing really, really quiet if you're hunting. It has nice little adjustment markers here, so you can move these around to wherever you need to, depending on which ones that you are really going to be using the most. So I'll probably move one of these to where it's at my 20, and then probably one to about 30 or 40, depending. And it may line up perfect to where it's 20 and 30 where they're already at. But really nice aluminum construction on this thing. One of my favorite things about this sight is the little adjustment wheel that it has. It's super quiet, and this thing is even locked down right now. So a lot of bow sights like this, you have to unlock it, which this one does have an unlocking button, to just even move the wheel. But this one, you can move it even with it locked. So that way, if you're out in a hunting situation, you need to adjust this thing on the fly, you can do that without having to use your other hand to unlock this thing. So that is another plus to this. I wanted to find a bow sight that I was able to do that with without having to, you know, unlock it and use that other hand. Because if you're hunting, things happen quick and you have to be able to adjust on the fly instead of, you know, having to use your other hand to unlock this little adjustment that's up here. But this thing is really nice. It's got the 0.19 dot on it, really, really small. If you guys can see that, but I really like the pin that this thing has. Has a lot of the fiber right there. I think it said it has up to 3 yards of that filament. So it has a lot, has the level right there in the middle. See that? It's not focusing too well. But overall, really nice bow sight. See how far that thing gets out there? They even make one that has a dovetail where you can go even further out with it if you're gonna make even longer shots. But this right here for a hunting situation is gonna be perfect. This thing did come with a bunch of different sight tapes. That way you can get this thing lined in for your specific bow. But I think it's gonna be really, really nice. We're gonna find which sight tape matches this bow. So the first thing we're gonna do is sight this thing in at 20, get it dialed in for 20, and then we'll make our 40-yard adjustment. And then we're gonna mark that, and then that'll show us which sight tape we need to match it up to. It does come with a set of Allen wrenches, and it comes with a light that's in here. I haven't pulled it out yet, but you can see it right there. There is a LED light that screws into this thing. All right, we're gonna get this thing sighted in at 20. I don't know where it's sitting at right now, so I may go up a little bit further just to see where we're at. So after putting this sight on, I don't know where it's at. We're gonna go up to about 10 yards. We're gonna shoot this thing just to make sure we're gonna be on the bag. All right, we're gonna aim a little high just to compensate for the 20. Whew, thing is really low. All right, so we shot super low and I aimed really high. All right, it's a little bit better. We're gonna try another one. All right, it's pretty much aiming dead on where I want it. All right, we moved on back to 20. We're gonna give it a shot, see where this thing is hitting. A little bit low. All right, we adjusted it down just a little bit. So to go up with it, if you're shooting too low, all you have to do is dial this thing down. It's gonna bring the sight housing down a little bit more. All right, we're dead on at 20. Let's shoot another one just to make sure. But that one was pretty much right beside the dot that we're going for. All right, pretty good group right there. We're a little off to the left, but that'll work. We can always adjust the windage a little bit if we need to. Okay, so on the sight tape, I'm gonna go through and make a little mark at where we have it for 20. See right here. So right on there, I made that little dot, and it's kind of sitting at like the 30, and we're just using that bottom, I'm just using that bottom piece right there to kind of line it up on. But then we're gonna also sight this thing at 40 yards, and then we're gonna match up the tape based on that. At least that's what the instructions say. I think it's gonna get us pretty close. All right, so we're moving back to the 40s. We had it set for the 20 where we made our line. I'm gonna move this thing up just a little bit to where I think our 40 is gonna be. We'll go ahead and give that a try at 40. Whoa, way low. All right, we're gonna have to adjust a lot more. All right. This is a problem with experimenting. This thing, I may have just ruined an arrow on that one. Shot pretty low. There we go. It's about right. We're getting there. We're gonna shoot a couple more. Woo. So pretty low on that one. Still shooting low. All right. It's the last arrow before we go down here and get the rest of them. We'll try it again. I raised the sight up just a little bit. All right, it's getting there. Guys, the arrow I'm shooting today is these Buck Addiction by Victory Archery. Guys, you can pick these things up for a dozen on Amazon for like 60 or 65 bucks. And guys, I've had these things for like 3 years now. Actually, probably even longer. I think 4, maybe even 5 years. Because yeah, I think I got this diamond bow back in 2018. So I got them with this, and yeah, they've been doing great, guys. I haven't even had to order a second set yet because these things just hold up. I just shot one in the rocks, you saw, and it bounced up and still hit the target. And there's no damage to the arrow, so they hold up pretty good, guys. If you're looking for a good budget arrow, check out the link in the description box. I'm gonna use this micro dial adjustment. Watch this. It's moving the sight. So we're gonna get this thing good. All right, then we're gonna lock everything back down. All right, now that we got that thing adjusted for windage, we're gonna go ahead and launch another one down here and see if we're good. Way to the left. All right, we got it back. All right, we're gonna go get the arrows. Then we're gonna dial this thing back in at 40, make sure it's good to go. We're gonna shoot some more groups because I wanna make sure it's really, really on point. And then we're gonna match up the sight tape and get that thing going. All right, I think it's pretty spot on. There was a couple of those shots we kind of jerked a little bit, but I think that's gonna be a good baseline. At least we can get a tape on there. That way we can start shooting at other distances. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make another mark. So we made the one for 20, we're gonna make the one for 40. And now what we're gonna do is just go find a sight tape that has the ranges just like that. So we're gonna have one that's 20 and 40 spaced out accordingly. So let's do that right now. This thing has a ton of different sight tapes, and you can see it has about 6 on each thing. So we're gonna go through, match these up, see if we can get one that's pretty close. If you look right here, you can see they're kind of labeled. I had to dig through a bit, 65 to 70. This bow is sitting probably around 65. I backed it off a little bit from 70, but that's gonna get us pretty close. Let's see. 20 and 40, that's a little too much. All right, so that one is spot on, 20 and 40. All right, so that's our new sight tape. So one thing that I didn't really like was where that one was marked, it was all the way down. The 20 was already all the way down here, but when I was sighting it in for 20, it was right about where this 21 is. That's why I put the tape a little bit higher up. There may be a way for us to move the sight housing down a little bit to compensate for that, but I'm gonna full send it right now. We're just gonna set it like this. I'm probably not gonna be shooting out anywhere over 90, so I'm not really worried about it. And we can also trim the top of the tape down if we needed to. All right, let's give this a shot and see if we're still shooting where it says we need to be. We're gonna be shooting at that big bag down there. That is at 50, and we're gonna see if this thing works at 50. Dial this thing up to 50, and hopefully this thing gets us where we need to be. I don't have the camera down there on the bag, so I was too lazy to go down there and get it. We're just gonna shoot for the middle circle right here. Wasn't too bad. Hit in the middle of the bag. Yeah, I think I'm liking this thing pretty good. All right, I think it was a pretty good group. I can't see far. I can't see down that far, but we're gonna go down there and check it out. All right, first time at 50. Yeah, they're a little pulled every which way, but not too bad. This little 10-inch group, nothing to brag about for sure. All right. All right, we're gonna take some shots on this target that's down here. We're gonna pretty much try to hit that kill zone it has. This is at 40. Woo. You know what? Shot a little high because it was set for 50 still. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. We all screw up. Oh man. Adjust it back to the yardage you need, or you'll sling an arrow through a bale like I just did. Look at that. It's a heart shot. I believe. I can't see that far, but I believe that was in the heart. I think that was a little low. Ooh. It's almost in the base of its neck, brisket area. I don't know. That may have been a leg right there. All right, front of the lung. All right, let's go see it. All right, not too bad. We got 2 low heart shots. We got one that kind of missed the vitals, but I don't know, it wouldn't have been too bad. On a deer, it would have been a bigger. Got one front of the lung, and the one clipped its brisket. All right, not too bad, guys, for this little bow sight. About 20 minutes out here sighting this thing in. And that's what you don't want to do right there. Always adjust this thing back for the yardage you need, or you'll end up doing that. All right, looks pretty good. It's super cold out here. I'm jerking shots and stuff. That's why they're not spot on, but it's gonna be close enough to where we can start practicing with this thing a little bit and getting this thing dialed in even further. But right now, I'm pretty happy with this sight so far. Was a little bit challenging with the sight tapes, I will say, but that's just how it goes with 1-pin sights. You have to go through the paces to get that sight tape, the exact one you need. And this may not even be the exact one. We're gonna try it out at further distances and see. But guys, that's just how it goes with a 1-pin sight. It gives you a lot of different options as far as long distance shooting, but you're gonna have to go through the paces to get this thing sighted in where it needs to be. All right, guys, that is the Apex Covert 1-pin sight. I think it's a good deal. I haven't shot a lot of high quality 1-pin sights like the HHAs, Spot Hogs and stuff like that. I would say, you know, hands down, I guarantee you they're a lot better than this one. But for 120 bucks, this right here gives you a lot of different options that those have, and you're gonna get it at a budget price. So I can't complain for 120 bucks. This thing is gonna give me the ability to shoot at longer distances. It's gonna be more simple. I'm only worried about 1 pin. Guys, I think it's a win-win. Go check these things out. Check out the description box below. I got the link in there to this on Amazon. I think it's a good deal, guys. If you're looking for a new 1-pin sight, or if you've never used a 1-pin sight before, maybe give it a try this hunting season. Or if you're just into archery, shooting target stuff, this thing might be a win for you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video on the Apex Covert sight. Hope you liked the video. If you did, like, subscribe. Guys, we'll catch you in future videos.